Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. You just heard from our online contributors on the G Plus Hangout. However, now in the studio, we're joined by Adekoya Boladale. Adekoya, thanks for coming to the program.
It's a pleasure being here, please.
So what's your opinion on this issue? I mean, there's been so much talk going around, so much noise, even in the international media. But what exactly is your own thoughts, first and foremost?
Yeah, thank you, Victor. We have a problem in Nigeria. And I think our problem is it's not just about corruption. Our problem is deeper than that. We have a problem of, we have ethnic issue, we have religion issue. I want to believe these two factors have not actually gotten their way into the Nigerian army. But it's something that we can see, it's so obvious, because there's a kind of sabotage in major operations, military operations that goes on in Nigeria. Like the CNN interview, there was a CNN program of recent that showed how soldiers who were to fight Boko Haram members at a certain area, they were rounded up by the militant. I think it was kind of, I think they walked into a trap or something, and most of them were killed. The major problem is this. I believe the Nigerian army has been infiltrated by individuals who are not interested, or unpatriotic individuals who are not interested in the glory of Nigeria, who are not interested in ensuring that this war against Boko Haram ends. I think that people who are leveraging on the ongoing war, and they are feeding fat on this. So we have a major problem there. And another major problem we have now is this. The morals of these soldiers are low. And when morals of the soldiers are low, the first point of any organization is welfare. It is very key. And the welfare aspect of any, when welfare is missing, you don't expect the people, you don't expect the workforce to act effectively enough. So that is what is happening. I'm surprised. It's really preposterous that soldiers have to pay for uniforms. It's unheard of anywhere in the world.
All right, so just talking about welfare now, I mean, there was a mild protest here in Lagos last week during the Army Remembrance Day, and people even seemed to think that it was not supposed to happen. But I mean, it happened, and then at a point we heard about soldiers lining up in Abuja, but to what end? How do you think this can be taken care of? Because welfare, like you said, is key, and if they're protesting, they're retired, and they're protesting. How does that help those in the force right now, to serve better?
The other thing still boils down to corruption. Now, the reason why I'm bringing corruption into play is this. In 2014, Nigeria budgeted 938 billion naira for the armed forces. 10% of 948 billion naira is going to go to capital expenditure.
Of the military? Of
the military.
Okay.
That means we have over 800 billion naira that's going to go into expenditure, recurrent expenditure. Okay. That means the salaries of these individuals, either the past was still serving or to have been taken care of. But the issue is this. What happened to these funds allocated for these people? The issue of pension around, because I don't understand why the soldier, why someone will give in the time and energy to serve his country, and at the end of the day will not even be paid pension. It's preposterous.
Whose fault is this?
Now the fault first is going to go to the people at the heads of affairs. I'm going to go to individuals, the administrative settings of the Nigerian Ministry of Defense, and also for every leadership problem, we have to blame the president, because he's the number one citizen. He has a duty to oversee each of these ministries. What we have advocated for is this. During the Obasanjo was the minister for petroleum. If Jonathan could have, I think it's proper also for effectiveness, it takes up the post of as a minister for defense, or minister for state for defense. Either way, so as to, because
don't you think he will have too much on his hands to carry?
He wouldn't have too much. He's doing nothing there. He's doing nothing there. The minister.
But he's signing bills. He's doing stuff. He's making policies. You can't say he's not doing anything.
He doesn't need to go. It's not like you're telling him to go to the war front. He will also be signing policies also. But it's going to ensure that there's effective management of these funds. It's going to ensure that salaries and arrears of serving and ex-militaries are being paid. It's going to ensure that the welfare is being taken care of. it's not about it's not about him working about on strategy of war. Doesn't need to do that. That's why you have the chief of defense staff and chief of. He doesn't need to do that. What he needs to do is to ensure that the most important part of this war against Boko Haram is about welfare. When the morals of these individuals who you have trusted the security and lives of Nigerians with to go, you have trusted the lives of Nigerians with, are not taken care of, then you have issues. You have a lot of issues. So if there have been complaints that some soldiers are being paid to join Boko Haram. Oh well, while it's unpatriotic, but I will ask, why wouldn't they take it? If the salary of a soldier is around 100,000 or so, I'm not really sure of the figures now. It's around 100,000 or so. That you refuse to, and you are still in the soldier for like 3 or 4 months. You still send the soldiers to the war front, and you refuse to pay that amount. Boko Haram is offering $5,000. Why would the person take it? He has family to feed.
Let me ask you one question. Do you have a relative in the army?
No, I don't.
All right, I just wanted to be sure.
No.
But let's just hold it here. Thank you, of course, for sharing your opinions on this, very contentious matter. Hope to see you soon again on the show. But for now, thank you for coming on the program. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but of course, we do see your comments coming through. Thank you for sending them. Keep sending them. We're going to take a look at some of them after the break and also look at the 5 most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Please stay with us.
APC had multiple registrations of individuals in multiples of 16, 12, and 10. Several foreigners were also registered as its members.
At number 5, we have the video of the Director of State Security accusing the opposition All Progressives Congress of trying to hack the INEC database and clone permanent voters' cards.
We also had forms with passport photographs with no names affixed to them. We also found volumes of hard manuals on how to hack. That I will show to you later. It was also discovered that the APC registered underage persons, including several infants, babies, as members of their party.
My first preoccupation is what is best for Nigeria. Nigeria first.
The declaration by former President Olusegun Obasanjo that his life is worth nothing when it comes to Nigeria's interests come in at number 4.
Nigeria first means that I will not sacrifice anything for the interest of Nigeria. And as I've said, I can sacrifice my own life for the interest of Nigeria.
Professor Oshimbajo,
yes.
Tell me, do you have the blessings of your general overseer, Pastor E. Adeboye, but you contesting for a vice presidential seat.
At number 3 is the revelation by the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, that he sought the advice of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, before accepting his nomination.
You know, I would certainly not contest elections or do any public thing without at least seeking his consent and ensuring that I discuss it with him in full. Yes.
His Excellency, our President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, has done so well, and we say we want more. We want him to continue.
The second most watched video is the mind-boggling speech given by former Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo during President Jonathan's re-election campaign launch in Lagos.
Everyone here thinks you should know what he has done. If not for Mr. President, we wouldn't win the Nations Cup. We won the Nations Cup after 20 years.
And at number 1 is the president himself telling a mammoth crowd that his generation has failed to take Nigeria to the heights it should be, and he threw that challenge to the next generation.
I believe that, look, the young Nigerians, not people spend like, we are finished, they are my age and above, we are gone. I believe that's why I say I'm addressing the age of between 23 to 18 to 23, so those of you who are voting for the first time. We believe that you people will take us to the moon. My generation has failed. We couldn't take Nigeria to the moon.
Well, this challenge for the second week running still interests Nigerians. However, despite the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations in states around Nigeria, the exercise was marred by protests by retired heroes over non-payment of pensions and the non-implementation of 20% increment allegedly owed them by the federal government. And unless this is changed, it will only demoralize the heroes currently fighting to protect Nigeria's territorial integrity. That's how we draw the curtains on this edition of the program, but continue the conversation online via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Till I see you next week, I'm Victor Matthias.